Let's sort of talk about where we are as we're getting into the news and notes of this time period. Vince McMahon is going to announce the details of a $1 million giveaway. He's going to do it on Monday Night Raw on June the 2nd, and he even holds a press conference on June the 3rd. Now, on TV, he came out with $1 million in cash, and Meltzer would say did a very desperate sounding promo. As noted, this $1 million giveaway in many ways mirrored Eric Bischoff in '99 when he had cracked under the pressure of declining ratings against competition. But even more than the giveaway, McMahon's promo, trying to create an us against them mindset in the fans, went off about the negative perceptions of pro wrestling fans and how elitists don't like pro wrestling and how the elitists don't like you because you're wrestling fans. Man, there's a lot to unpack here. What'd you make of this marketing campaign and this promo sort of anti the elitists about pro wrestling? We've all probably experienced that. What'd you think about Vince being the voice of that here?
Well, I think that it's something that comes from the heart, because if you've been, as I have, I've lived my whole life ever since I was 4 years old, wanting to do one thing, and that's be a wrestler, be in the wrestling business. And I've worked in it since I was literally 10 years old. So to have people look down their nose at you and like, oh, you're in wrestling? Isn't that fake? You know, yeah, so your eyelashes. It's you live with it. I've lived with it, and I don't like it, because it's like saying to a garbage man, oh, you pick up garbage? It's like, yeah, man, it's a trade. You know what? It pays, and he feeds his family, and maybe he enjoys it. Who knows? But the overall, I think, from media, from people in general who don't know and don't appreciate the art form and what it is that we do, there is a tendency for people to look negatively, look down their noses at the business. The giveaway was something that we came up with from a standpoint of doing a contest and getting the audience involved and rewarding the audience for watching the show. It's like, okay, why do I want to watch the show? Well, if you watch the show, you're going to have a chance to win some of this money. And we went back to, there was a show in Houston on ABC, Channel 13. It's called Dialing for Dollars. And I'm pretty sure that most, I don't know, a lot of markets had their own version of Dialing for Dollars. And what they would do is they would take the phone book and they would cut the phone book up into little squares. And they'd put them in a hopper, and you'd turn the hopper and all this shit. And it was, 7 down or something like that. You would look at it, and you take the 7th name down, read the name, call the number, and say, are you watching Dialing for Dollars? What is the jackpot right now? And if you're watching Dialing for Dollars and you know the jackpot is $750, you say, well, Don, the jackpot is now $750. And you go, congratulations, Fred. You have just won $750 for watching Dialing for Dollars. And we'll see you when we get back. And that was the concept. Sometimes people, so if you didn't know, okay, then it's like, do you know the jackpot? No, I'm not watching right now. Do you want to take a guess? Well, $200. Will you guess wrong? Now the jackpot goes up another $50. And the jackpot now goes up to $800. So Dialing for Dollars was a great gimmick. It got people to watch the show. They watched the show because they knew they had a chance to win money. And this was an opportunity to engage the audience, to watch the show, because I could be the one. I could be the one that they draw my name and they call me during the show, and I'm going to have to know how much money he's giving away at that time. Just got to be watching the show. So it was a stunt to garner viewers, garner lapsed viewers, new viewers, whatever it is, people to tune in to see and to potentially win a lot of money.
McMahon is telling fans to register on the company website, which is, of course, going to help build a huge mailing list for products, for internet emails and blasts and things like that. And of the names registered, every week at the start of Raw, McMahon will give out a code. And then during the show, he's going to make at least half a dozen calls to people who are registered. If they're watching the show and know the code, they'll get a prize. If they aren't watching, they won't know the code. Of course, the contest is only open to U.S. residents. And the breakdown is the $1 million will be given away each week, with one person getting 250 grand, two getting 200,000, one getting 125, one getting 98,000, one getting 75,000, and one getting $51,998. And you might be thinking, well, that leaves $2. Yes. One person wins $2. Is that the Vince McMahon special? That feels like that's his kind of humor. Here's $2, pal.
Well, you look, hey, it's everybody wants to win that $250,000 prize, but you may just get two. It depends. It depends on what it is at the time. Yeah, it's fun shit. But you got to watch to find out, and you want to watch to see who gets only that $2. To me, that's just as intriguing as who gets the $250.
Of course, Meltzer can't help himself, and he does the math. If we go with the idea that USA pays WWE $550K per week for a 3.2 rating, that makes the value of a rating point to USA about $172,000, which is actually one hell of a bargain. But if this increases to a 3.2 rather to a 3.4, then McMahon will be spending $1 million for what USA has valued something around $34,000. So he's trying to justify it logically, but
what?
That doesn't pay any sort of context or give any sort of credit to building the mailing list. Like the mailing list
is not just building a mailing list, it's awareness. It's getting people to talk about this billionaire giving away $1 million of his own money. And that is what it was, because you couldn't take it out of the company. It's a publicly traded company. And the board was like, can't take that out of the company money to just give it away. And so Vince said, okay, I'll pay it personally. And it was a publicity stunt. It was a stunt. It got people talking everywhere. Local media, every place that we went, everybody was talking about giving away the money.
It's written here, with no advertising beforehand, money being given away was also brought to house shows, with fans being picked out of the stands at house shows in Redding and Stockton, California, to be guest timekeepers and guest seconds, mostly picking out children and then giving them $200 for their efforts. That's a nice gesture. This is a nice little thing to let McMahon's millions sort of spill over into the live event business, getting the kids involved to be a timekeeper. That really, I could see how that would add to the experience of a family fun day.
Sure.
At the
yeah, come to, not only do you have to watch TV, but you can come to a live event and enjoy a great show and still have the possibility of winning money. It's a nice added attraction.
Was anybody against the idea of doing this sort of lottery sort of concept?
Not really, no. It was, again, it was you're paying. Look, you would pay for advertising, and this was a way of getting advertising, and you're paying your customer. So it hits all, it hits on all sides. So I think it's very good. No, nothing wrong with that at all.